everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Secor. I am director of MCLA's Berkshire Cultural Resource Center. And it is a delight and a pleasure to have all of you here this afternoon. Welcome to Gallery 51, and welcome to Down Street Art. So if any of you don't have a Down Street Art mat yet, before you leave, make sure you grab one. We have 39 visual arts destinations throughout North Adams, and just in this 4-block radius, there's over a dozen galleries, including one that Isabel Gallera will be opening a show on July 28th. But do grab a map and check out some of the other stuff. It has been a real pleasure to have Karin Stack's work here. My office is right there through the little window, so I feel like I have a very personal relationship with the art that's here. And sometimes, like in all relationships, it's a good one. It's a little rough. And this has been a very lovely relationship I've had with Karin. With or without her knowing. So it has been a pleasure to have the work here and to have her here. And I'm delighted to be able to introduce Robin Kelsey from Harvard, and one of our favorite artists, to have a discussion about the work and the art. So, welcome.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Perfect.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. And Jonathan, thank you so much for everything that you've done, and your staff, and Valeria and Ben, and everyone who's been so helpful by doing this with us. And thank you for being here to talk to me.
Oh, this is a pleasure. This should be fun. I thought we would start here.
You guys might want to come over.
And Karin and I talked a little bit about the choreography, so I'm only seeming to be in control of this event. But I thought it would be a good place to start, because this feels like a matrix out of which a lot of things spring. So I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what we're looking at. What are these things? What are their origins?
This is sort of the mashup of a lot of different ideas that are present in the rest of the show. So we have new and old work in this set. We have a bunch of different media. So some of these, this is a plate I actually started. It's an etching that I started, that would have been in about the year 2000. So that started 11 years ago. Some of these are sketches from the last few years. This is about 7 years old. This is a house I lived in 6 years ago. This I made 3 weeks ago. So there's a whole different kind of history to all the different pieces here. They're almost all from observation, and this functions as kind of a sketchbook for me and has a lot of different ideas present. So there are etchings, there are digital prints, where I'll take a sketch and scan it, put it in the computer, change it, print it out. It's sort of the same thing of printmaking, where you have an etching and you have a state, you look at it, you change it again, print it again, change it again, print it again, and I'll do things moving in and out of the computer that way. So, this is a digital print, but it's from a sketch and it's been drawn upon. And this is an etching with a digital print. I forget if it's above it or below it.
So do you sometimes use the same image in different states? Keep
Yes.
both in play?
Yes.
The way printers tend to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't, somebody could probably find some repeats here. I don't remember.
And personally, what's your history of working in these different media? I mean, you started in printmaking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So for many years I would have described myself as a printmaker. And I was resolutely sticking with the etching technique, which is, from Rembrandt days. And Kathy knows I was working in dark, moody etchings for many, many years.
Like that acid biting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the dark, rich dark blacks you can get with the etching process. And then about 5 or 7 years ago, I was making sets and models to build with, so that I would have something to observe while I was drawing. So my main interaction was with something I'm looking at, and then I'll translate it, and it would be an etching or a drawing. And suddenly I became interested in the models themselves, and the sort of little reference snapshots I was taking at the time, which was pre-digital. Those photographs became interesting to me, and then I started to switch and mix photography in. And then digital printing lends itself to, oh, it's a digital print, so I can do whatever I want to this digital print. It's just another kind of print. And that got mixed in.
But they're not substituting. In other words, you're still doing all these different things. I mean, do you still do some etching, or?
I do, yeah. A couple of these are from this winter.
Or recent.
Yeah.
So how do you decide what to do in what medium? Isn't the question? Yeah. There are certain questions where artists always shrug their shoulders and say,
I don't know.
yeah. Either I don't know or isn't it obvious? Yeah. I never know which one I'm going to get. Yeah.
I think both are true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I will work and do a lot of work drawing. And I just start drawing, and I can't even call it a sketchbook. It's more like a messy box of, you know, my mom tries to throw things out because they're, you know, it looks like scraps. I'm like, no, 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 come here. And then I scan it, and it might bear very little resemblance, but I don't know, whatever seems useful at the moment.
And what about, since everyone's seeing them, what about the videos?
So the same way that I have sets and models and drawings from sets and models and some computer-generated landscapes, that's entirely made in a 3D landscape program. But actually, as I say that, I realize that's not even true. It's because I've collaged in etchings for part of it. So these are partly real footage of real places. That's a real bridge. That's a set and a model, and it's subtle, but there are clouds moving through the water there. That's papier-mâché bushes. So that's a computer, obviously, that's computer generated. So I think this is very similarly a pastiche of different styles, and a kind of as a threesome, they function as overlapping ideas that you can kind of appreciate at the same time. And they're on unequal length loops, so different things will combine. So that's actual footage.
So you can watch a long time.
Well, so, you know, there you have a set and a model of fabric, and I've made it move. So I mean, I could stand here and identify what you're looking at, but what I hope is that you have some sort of resonances between them. Sometimes you stand here and 3 different kinds of water are showing, and to me it's very similar to this idea that things are playing off each other and different ideas come up at different times.
Let's talk about these two and then the two out in front.